Hello, and welcome to Part 8 of the Gospel-Based Parenting video series. If you have not done so already, I would highly encourage you to go back and check out Part 1, the introduction, Part 2, what does the Bible say about spanking, Part 3, what is the biblical rod, Part 4, how should we interpret Proverbs, Part 5, who is the child in the book of Proverbs, Part 6, what is discipline? Part 7, how does God discipline? And today, in Part 8, we will be answering the question, how does Jesus discipline? As you may know by now, I love studying words and languages and the history of words and their meaning. So let's see where the word discipline really came from. The word discipline comes from the Latin word discipulus, meaning pupil or student. And you'll notice that this is the same root word that we use for the word disciple. And as we mentioned in Part 7, discipline means teaching and instruction. And the word disciple is another word for student. The focus of both of these words, discipline and discipling, comes from a heart of verbal teaching and learning. Our call to discipline our children is a call to teach our children in the same way that Jesus taught his disciples. I've spent over 15 years as a professional teacher and had thousands of students over the course of my career. But I often remind parents that while I may have their student for a few months or maybe even a year, they are their child's first and forever teacher. And if you have children or hope to have children, I want to remind you that you are your child's first and forever teacher. And that means, as a parent, your child is your disciple. Your student. As parents, we teach our children important life skills, like how to write your name, how to bake a delicious batch of cookies, how to play an instrument, how to wash a car, how to drive a car. But we also teach our children important soft skills, like how to care for people and animals, how to resolve conflict, how to deal with stress, how to help someone when they're hurting, how to care for their physical, spiritual, and mental health. So if I want to know how to discipline my children, then I need to learn how Jesus disciplined his disciples. I decided to do a study through the New Testament to explore the different ways that Jesus disciplined or taught his 12 disciples. And I found 12 different ways that Jesus disciplined his disciples. We can learn to teach like Jesus, model godly beliefs and behaviors, serve others, forgive those who have wronged us, love our friends and our family and even our enemies, be patient with them, extend grace to them, rebuke them, correct them, instruct them, train them, and show compassion. These are the 12 ways that Jesus disciplined his disciples, and these are the 12 ways that we can also practice true biblical discipline with our own disciples, our children. Since it would take me several hours to go over each of these in depth, I decided to do a separate video series to discuss the scriptural basis for each of these methods of discipline, as well as share practical strategies that you can apply with your own children starting today. I'll leave a link for the Disciplining and Discipling Like Jesus video series in the description. I hope that it will be a blessing for you and your family for generations to come. And this concludes Part 8 of the Gospel-Based Parenting video series. If you've not done so already, please be sure to go back and check out Part 1, the introduction, Part 2, what does the Bible say about spanking, Part 3, what is the biblical rod, Part 4, how should we interpret wisdom literature like the Proverbs? Part 5, who is the child mentioned in the book of Proverbs? Part 6, what is discipline? Part 7, how does God the Father discipline? And today, in Part 8, we asked and answered the question, how does Jesus discipline? And to conclude our series about gospel-based parenting, in our last video, Part 9, we will answer the question, what is the gospel? And how can we apply the gospel to our role as parents? As I mentioned before, This video series is based on my book Gospel-Based Parenting, which is available for purchase on Amazon.com. You can also download a free copy of my book from my website, www.peacefulworldschoolers.com. Every chapter includes a list of reflection and application questions that are meant to inspire discussions between you and your spouse, your small group, or even your church. These discussions are so important and will help you to reflect on your own personal experiences, analyze your own biases or preconceived ideas, and apply biblical truths in a way that will transform your family as you live out the gospel of Jesus Christ. And if you have enjoyed this series so far, please like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you'll be able to continue to receive updates on my latest videos.